Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Sassos, broker and president of Simplicity, a real estate brokerage company. Want to thank you for listening to this podcast. Today's podcast, we're going to discuss staging your home and providing some quick tips on how to do that and how not to do that. So with me today is Amanda Gibson of the Finished Touch Design, and she's going to offer a tremendous amount of insight to us from a professional standpoint. She's been doing this for some time. So Amanda, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I have a background actually in elementary education, and then I went back to school for interior design. I wanted some flexibility when I was raising my 3 children, and then I thought I would add staging to my package, and I went back and became certified professional home stager, and I happen to absolutely love home staging.
Outstanding. So for the people listening, when we say staging, I know what you mean, but what is staging?
Staging is preparing your home to sell, and you want to get the most money that you can out of your home, and you want to sell it quickly, and we get your home ready so that it appeals to a large variety of buyers.
Okay. Now, you said get the most money out of it, so I'm sure I got somebody's attention there. But when should someone consider staging?
As soon as you decide to put your house on the market, and even before. Start packing away things that you don't need, putting things in storage, cleaning out your closets, making more space in the house. And before you list your house, put pictures on the MLS, even before you call a real estate agent, start getting your house in order. You start organizing everything and making extra room in your home.
So it shouldn't be something that you should list your home and then later down the road consider staging it. It's something that you should do right off the bat, so you have your pictures taken, because I think that's a critical piece that a lot of listers miss is
Right.
You don't only want the presentation for when they walk through the door, you want it when they first see the property, right?
Exactly. 95% of home buyers today do their shopping online first on the internet. They're looking on Zillow, Realtor.com, etc. And they decide then and there whether they want to go see the house. It's no longer the old way when you pulled up and you decided, whether to go in or not. But
Right.
you're looking online, and there's a lot of competition out there, and you want to outshine the competition, and you want your photos online to be spectacular so that the buyers will come and look.
Okay, and that answers the next question I was going to say is the benefits of staging. It's just putting your home in the best light,
Exactly.
to get the most visibility and desirability from buyers, right?
Right. The longer your house stays on the market, the less money you're going to end up getting for it. And I try to tell my clients, it's like going in for a job interview and you're not dressed properly, and your homeowners make in the first 6 seconds a decision. Home buyers, make in the first 6 seconds of seeing your house, they decide whether they like it or not. And once that first impression is made, it's very difficult to change their minds. So
Yes,
you need
it
to put
is.
your best foot forward immediately.
Yep.
They're not going to come back a second time.
Right. Never a second chance for a first impression.
Correct.
Right?
That's right.
And just from personal experience, I can't stress enough the importance of staging the inside of your home. Many people focus on the curb appeal of your home. That gets them to the door. Once they get through the door, you want to keep them there, and you want them to want to stay there. And that's where staging comes in.
Correct. You want them lingering in your house as long as possible. You don't want them just walking through quickly. You want them staying and feeling. They need to make an emotional connection. The emotion is the number one thing that the buyers need to connect to in a home. They need to feel that this is their life. You're selling a dream. You're selling a lifestyle. You're selling a desire. This is something they have to have. They want. And their emotions have a tremendous impact in it. It's a house is a very emotional purchase. It's a very large purchase. It's most people, this is the most expensive thing they're going to be spending their money on.
This is true. And you want to sell them on the intangibles.
Correct.
Now, everyone's going to ask, how much does staging cost?
Well, it depends on the size of your house. It depends on what rooms you want to have staged. Typically, we want to do the main areas, which are the living areas, living room, dining room. Master bedroom is very big on a buyer's list. Master bedroom and master suite. And we start off with a consultation, and I can make recommendations. If it's a house that you're living in, it's an occupied house, I can make recommendations for how you can implement and stage your house on your own, or you can hire me and I can do it for you. And if it's a vacant home, I have to bring in a whole house full of furniture and stage your house like a model home.
Okay. And you and I were talking offline, and you had mentioned that a vacant house actually looks smaller, right?
Yes, it looks much smaller when you don't have furniture in it, and it's very difficult for the buyers to visualize how their furniture and their lifestyle is going to fit in your home. And it looks much smaller when there's no furniture in it, actually, and they can't make that emotional connection. A vacant house is just very cold, and there's no feeling to it, and the buyers you need to show people what they want, in other words, and by staging it, you're showing them that they need your house. They need this to make their lives happy, and they can raise their children there. And
everybody has an imagination, but they all need a little push.
They need a little push, yes.
Got it.
Steve Jobs once said, people need to be shown what they want.
Nice, absolutely. This is true. Now, we've got DIY, we've got do-it-yourself this, do-it-yourself that. Why should someone consider using a professional versus doing it themselves?
That's a good question. Because it's very difficult to be objective in your own home. It's very difficult to step back and see it from a buyer's perspective. You have so much attached to your home, especially the longer you've been there. These are your things. You pick them out. You've decorated the way you wanted. It's your family photos. It's everything about you. But now you need somebody else to feel that they're going to come in and be comfortable living there, and your home ends up becoming a product. You need to merchandise it, just like you go into a store and they're merchandising clothing or shoes to make it enticing for you to want to buy. You have to do the same thing with your home.
Okay. And I would imagine one of the hardest things to be objective about would be your own personal space.
Extremely. People become very possessive, very emotionally attached, and it's much more helpful to have a third party come in and say, you did a beautiful job, I know you love your home, but now we need to make it comfortable for somebody else to move in here. Okay,
perfect. Now, we've said all that, so if someone wanted to contact you to get more information, how would they do that?
Thank you. They can reach me on my website at www.finishedtouchdesign.com. My email is amanda@finishedtouchdesign.com, or you can call me at 407-454-7336.
Perfect. Now, this is just episode 1 of 2 episodes that we have with Amanda. We have the good fortune of talking a little bit more. I hope you tune into that as well. If you like this podcast, please hit like and please subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, this is Rob Sassos with Simplicity with Amanda Gibson. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob.